Hey everyone, it's Brenda Stolyar, Mashable's tech reporter, and I'm pretty excited for today's unboxing. We got our hands on the iPhone 12 mini, Apple's smallest iPhone yet, and the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which is Apple's biggest iPhone yet. So seeing as how the iPhone 12 and the 12 Pro were not all that different in terms of specs, I'm excited to check out two new iPhones that are literally opposite sides of the spectrum from one another. So let's get started. In addition to these two phones, Apple also sent over a Magsafe iPhone 12 Pro leather case and then an iPhone 12 mini leather sleeve case for Magsafe, which is pretty cool because you can just place this one on top of the Magsafe charger, which I have right here, and you don't have to take the case off, so it does work through the case, unlike their interesting wallet case, which you have to clip on and clip off in order to charge your phone. Interesting choice, but at least with this one you don't have to go through that annoying process. So we're gonna start with the iPhone 12 mini. So let's unbox this one first because I'm really excited to check out just how small it is. Let's see. We're gonna take off this very satisfying, and now we're going to unbox it. Oh wow, this is tiny. Oh my goodness. So this is it in my hands. I have pretty small hands, so just to give you an idea, wow, this is really small. I don't know if you can really see how small it is. I do have other phones to compare it to, but let's just get through what else is in the box. So obviously Apple is not including a power brick anymore, so all we get is the Type-C to Lightning cable, and then in here you have your SIM card ejector. That's literally it. Small box for a small phone. So starting with the fact that this has the same flat edge design as the rest of the iPhone 12 lineup, so it does look thicker, but it's fairly light and thin, but I do really like that Apple went with this. I mean, they likely did this for the 5G, to be able to fit in the 5G antennas, but it very much resembles the iPhone 4 and the iPhone 5, which, by the way, I have the iPhone 4. I mean, size comparison, obviously this one is bigger, but you can see over here that it does very much take on that same kind of sandwich design in a way. It's wild to see. I mean, this phone is so old now, but yeah, you can kind of see where the inspiration came from. So let's power this one on. So I also have the iPhone SE. This one has a larger 5.4 inch display because the SE has that home button. So you do get more screen real estate in a smaller form factor, which is really nice. As far as specs go, it's literally the same thing as the iPhone 12. You have the 12 megapixel wide angle lens and then the 12 megapixel ultra wide angle lens. Obviously it's not the triple camera sensors as the Pro models, which we'll get to in the Pro Max, but for me personally, the dual camera module is more than enough. But I mean, with this, we're really focusing on the size of it, and I gotta say, it feels really nice to be able to hold a phone with one hand and not worry about dropping it. So this is really freaking mini. I honestly did not know how mini it would be, but this is small. And then let's just throw in, just for good measure, we'll throw in the iPhone 4. These two have identical specs. You have the A14 Bionic chip, you have the dual camera module, you have the same Super Retina display. So Apple isn't skimping on specs or features just because it is a smaller form factor. But I think, given the fact that Apple has now made their standard phones bigger with the 6.1 inches, and their bigger phones even bigger, it would make sense for them to throw in a smaller version of a phone with the same specs, because not everyone wants a 6.1 inch phone, seeing as how that's bigger than the 5.8 inches, I believe, of their predecessors. So Apple is really pushing the size of these flagships. And so clearly they wanted to, rather than forcing you into a bigger form factor, they also are giving you the option to opt for flagship specs in a small phone. Otherwise, you'd have to go for the iPhone SE, which does have an A13 Bionic chip. And then you got the single camera sensor. So rather than having to sacrifice specs in order to get a smaller form factor, it does really make sense that they're going to include this mini version with all the same high-end specs that you would get on the iPhone 12. Okay, so while that one is taking some time to activate, I'm going to unbox the one I've been waiting for, the iPhone 12 Pro Max. I don't know why I'm so excited for this one. I think I'm just like, I miss having used the iPhone 11 Pro. I just really miss having a big phone. So I hope this is pleasing. All right. Ooh, this is the gold one. It also does come in that new Pacific blue color, but I was really excited for the gold. The Pacific blue is nice, but I mean, that gold is just, I mean, come on. Wow. The big one, the little one. Okay, I'm all over the place. Again, we just have the charging cable, and oh my God, I don't know why I'm so excited for this. This is a lot. This is a big phone. This feels like a tablet. This feels like an iPad. So you have the triple camera module, the ultra wide 12 megapixel, the wide 12 megapixel, and then your telephoto lens. And then you also have that LiDAR scanner, which helps with night mode photos, and then faster autofocus. The difference between the 12 Pro, so this is the 12 Pro right here, and then this is the 12 Pro Max, is that telephoto lens is larger. So you get to zoom in at 2.5 times versus 2. And then obviously you also have a bigger display, bigger battery, and you still get all of the same features and other specs as far as processor goes. Everything else is standard, but it's really those larger camera sensors that make a difference between the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max. So let's power this one on. The difference between the iPhone 12 and the 12 Pro and Pro Max is that you have these stainless steel edges, and then you have a matte finish that just makes it look a lot more premium, I'd say. This kind of looks more fun. This is, you know, pretty serious, I'd say. And this is also this is large. Okay, so you have these 6.7 inches on the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and then 6.1 inches on the iPhone 12 Pro. So I'd say that is a fairly significant difference in display size. I mean, that's kind of insane. Let's put the cases on these. We're gonna unbox the Magsafe case. Oh, and it has a cute little holder. Okay, we're just gonna pretend like I didn't open it like a freaking savage. Okay, So here we have the cute little case. Oh, it's a wallet case. Basically, you just slide it on in there. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, and then you can see the time. Oh, that's cool. And it covers the camera lens as well. So essentially, I don't have an outlet near me, but it just clips on. And then we're also just gonna unbox the Pro Max case. Hopefully this one, I'm just gonna tear this box open. Okay, so this is the leather Magsafe case. I like it a lot better than the silicone one that's offered for the 12 Pro because it just scratches easily. I mean, leather does too, but oh, we got that Magsafe little icon. Okay, so I really like the case. I do. I like the case a lot, and I probably should put the case on it because I am clumsy, and it definitely makes it feel better to grip, but I'm sorry, I just like the gold too much. Still clips on. There you go. Okay, from smallest to largest, we have the iPhone 12 mini 5.4-inch display. Right here, we have the iPhone 12 6.1-inch display. Right here, we have the iPhone 12 Pro 6.1-inch display. Here, and then the biggest one of all, the iPhone 12 Pro Max 6.7-inch display. As far as specs go, we've got the A14 Bionic chip on all of these. We have the dual camera sensors on the 12 mini and then the standard 12. As far as special features go, all of these, the main theme with all of these is night mode. So you're gonna get night mode now on the ultra wide angle lenses, and then you get night mode for portrait mode on the Pro models. With these bigger sensors, they're also just better in low light environments without night mode, which is nice as well. And having tested out the 12 Pro, I can confirm that even when the lighting is pretty dark outside, I very rarely needed to turn on that night mode because it did pretty well without it. And then you have the triple camera sensors on the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max, the biggest difference really being that the telephoto lens on the 12 Pro is 52 millimeters and then the 12 Pro Max is 65 millimeters. So as with the rest of the lineup, you do have that ceramic shield on the front, the Super Retina XDR display on both, which is really nice. I will say the ceramic shield is a little easy to scratch, so even though it's capable of surviving some pretty intense falls, I highly recommend putting a screen protector on it regardless. I will be taking these out for testing. I'm gonna take photos with them, I'm gonna shoot video on them, and really push that battery life, see how long it lasts me. I'll also show you guys what the photos look like. So as far as pricing and availability goes, the iPhone 12 mini will start at $699, and then the iPhone 12 Pro Max will start at $1,099. Both phones are going to be available for pre-order starting November 6th and will ship the following Friday, November 13th.